lesbian couples are suing the state of New Jersey over the way they have worded their laws that pertain to insurance companies paying for fertility treatments. Now, these lesbian couples are attempting to conceive, but apparently because of the way these laws are written, insurance companies would not pay for some of the treatments that they've gotten in order to conceive children. According to the suit, the women were denied insurance coverage for their fertility treatments because of the wording of the New Jersey law that requires women to prove their infertility not only through medical diagnosis, through unprotected heterosexual sex. The law, the four women argue in the suit, discriminates against infertile gay couples trying to conceive.
What kind of a law
Isn't that
includes
amazing?
that phrasing?
First of all, how do you even include that in the law? But how do you enforce something like that?
Yeah.
Like, do you need to have the insurance providers sit there and watch you have sex?
Right,
Yeah.
unprotected.
Unprotected.
Yeah,
No,
right.
are you raw dogging it or not? Okay. I mean, it's crazy. All right, so state law requires large insurance providers to cover costly fertility treatments for patients medically unable to have children. The couples take issue with how the law defines infertility, which includes the inability to become pregnant after 1 or 2 years of unprotected sex, depending on the woman's age. So not only does the insurance provider have to sit there and watch, it needs to take place for at least 2 years before the insurance provider pays for the fertility treatment.
I want to know how this conversation goes on. Like, did this insurance provider so have you tried like unprotected heterosexual sex? I mean, I know it's not your thing, but it's going to get you covered if you go forth and do it. It's insane to me, like how, as Ben said, how it's actually written. But again, there's a lot of laws in this country that's written that I don't understand. But how it's enforced?
Well, I mean, it's written, I suppose, to protect, obviously written to protect insurance companies.
Yes.
Insurance companies got it in there because they don't want people just going and getting fertility treatments when they haven't tried the traditional manner of getting pregnant. Right? If somebody jumping to that, they don't want to have to pay benefits.
It's like the first time in America where you're encouraged to have sex.
That's right. So
you're kind of forced to have sex.
Now, we don't have a legislative history on this law, and in fact, New Jersey is one of 15 states that requires insurance companies, big insurance companies, to cover fertility treatments. That's good. That suggests it's New Jersey. There's a degree of progressiveness there in Jersey. So my hunch is that it's more likely to have been done with the intent of protecting insurance companies from people just going to them without even trying.
Yes.
And not an effort to hurt gay couples.
So let me clarify a few things. You're right that we don't have, the legislative history of this particular law, but one thing that I do know for sure is that this was a law that was written prior to, some of the gay tolerance that we've experienced over the last 5 years. So this was not written with the intention of discriminating against gay couples. I know that for a fact. However, they haven't updated the wording of this law, and so as a result, because of the way it's written, it's impacting lesbian couples who have no interest in having heterosexual sex, right? Now, interestingly enough, you mentioned that 15 states, and it's kind of disgusting that only 15 states have the insurance providers pay for these treatments, but of those 15 states, 2 of them have updated the law to make sure it has the right wording so it doesn't discriminate against lesbians. And those 2 states are California and Maryland. So I don't think that there was any malice with New Jersey, and I think it's important. Intentions are important. I just think that it's time for them to update their law and ensure that, these couples get treated the same way that other couples get treated.
Or these laws were written by a bunch of dudes who get off on sex with lesbians.
Maybe. That could be a possibility.
Because it sounds a little... there are enumerated laws. They're all over. I'm from Florida, where it's against the law to have sex in a hotel. It's against the law to have anal sex. It's against the law to have sex with someone in a hotel if you're not married to them. There are a bunch of old,
antiquated laws that never got updated. But the great thing is that there's a lot of morality and good behavior in Florida.
I've just learned I'm not welcome in Florida. Yeah.